Hello, and welcome to Math Matters. I'm Mrs. Parker, and today we're going to learn about counting through the activity called the Candyman. The following activity is based on Graham Fletcher's 3-act task. During today's 3-act task, the Candyman, you should be able to count how many pieces of candy he has. Before we get started, go grab paper and a pencil to work along with us. To get our brains thinking about math, we're going to do a warm-up activity called Which One Doesn't Belong? Look at the 4 pictures. 3 of the pictures go together in one way, while the 4th one doesn't belong. There isn't a wrong answer as long as you can explain why. Are you ready? Which one doesn't belong and why? Number 1 doesn't belong because it's facing to the left, and the other dogs are facing to the right. Number 2 doesn't belong because it has spots, while the others do not. Number 3 doesn't belong because the dog is small, and the other dogs are bigger. Number 4 doesn't belong because the dog is longer, while the other ones are shorter. What other ideas did you think of? In a moment, you're going to watch a video. As you watch, what do you notice and what do you wonder? What are some things that you noticed while watching the video? I noticed that he used a quarter to put in the machine. I noticed that he turned the handle. What were some things that you wondered while watching the video? I wonder how many pieces of candy he got. Here's our question we're going to try to solve. How many pieces of candy does he have in his hand? Before we solve the problem, let's make an estimate or guess. Before we make an estimate or a guess, let's think about an estimate or guess that would be too high and too low. Think about the video and what you already know to make your guess. When thinking about your guesses, remember to think about the reasonableness of your guess. An unreasonable low estimate would be that he has 0 pieces of candy in his hand because we heard him turn the handle and we heard the candy come out. We also can see the candy in his hand. An unreasonable high estimate would be 20 pieces of candy because your hands wouldn't be able to hold that many pieces of candy. What are your reasonable guesses for a too high and too low guess? What is your guess of how many pieces of candy he has in his hand? Think back to our question. In order for you to solve this problem, you need to know some information. What information do you need to know to solve the problem of how many pieces of candy he has in his hand? We need to know how many pieces of each color he has in his hand. How many different colors does he have in his hand? How many of each color does he have in his hand? He has 4 orange pieces, 2 yellow pieces, 0 pink pieces, 2 red pieces, and 2 white pieces of candy. Now that you have this new information, try to solve the problem. How many pieces of candy does he have in his hand? Use your paper and pencil to help you. If you are having a hard time, that's okay. Let's think about some different strategies and tools that help you count. What are some different tools that you can use to help you count things? You can draw a picture, you can use a 10 frame, you can use counters, or you could use another counting strategy as well. Choose a tool or strategy to help you and solve the problem. How many pieces of candy are in his hand? Also, remember to use the picture above. There are 10 pieces of candy in his hand. In today's episode of Math Matters, we learned how to count different things. I'm Mrs. Parker, and keep on counting at home. Thank you for watching and have a great day.